A lot of men tend to get this all mixed up in their heads. They think that if a lady has feelings for them, she will just come right out and say it or make it as clear as day. But the honest truth is that many times, when a woman is actually feeling a pull toward you, she might try really hard to hide it. It sounds a little bit silly at first, doesn't it? But that is just how our hearts and minds work sometimes. While women are very much in touch with their feelings, they can also be very careful and thoughtful about how they show those feelings. She might really like you, but instead of being totally open, she might check to see how you feel first, or hold back her heart a bit, or even act like she doesn't care at all. If you don't know how to see those little hidden clues, you might miss out on a wonderful connection without even knowing it happened. Now, here is the thing we should remember. There is always a reason why people do this. Most women are naturally a little bit careful about showing they are interested. They don't want to seem like they are trying too hard. They don't want to feel like they are losing their balance. And most of all, they don't want to get their feelings hurt. If you think about it, the old way of doing things usually has men doing the chasing. Women usually try to put themselves in the right spot to be noticed. This means her feelings aren't always shown through her words. Instead, they show up in tiny actions, small changes in the way she acts, and little signs that most guys just walk right past. What makes this even more of a headache is that many guys read these signs the wrong way. They either think she is just being a nice friend, or even worse, they think she isn't interested at all and they just walk away. Meanwhile, she is sitting there, just hoping and waiting for you to see the little breadcrumbs she is leaving behind for you. To be very honest, if you can't see these hidden signs, you will always feel like people are a big mystery or hard to understand. But once you see how things really work, it is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything she does starts to make sense. You will know when she is actually into you, even if she is trying her best to keep it a secret. Having that understanding gives you a helping hand that most guys will never have. So, in this guide, we are going to talk about the real signs that a woman likes you but is keeping it under wraps. We aren't going to talk about the usual stuff like she laughs at your jokes. Instead, we are going to look at the deep ways people act when they are interested but don't want to make it obvious to everyone. We are a group of caring experts who want to help you understand these things on a deeper level so you don't have to play guessing games anymore. You are in a good place to learn. 1. She gets a little shaky around you but tries to act like everything is fine. One of the biggest signs that a woman likes you but is hiding it is her being nervous. This is where a lot of guys get really confused. They think that if a girl is nervous, it means she doesn't like them or she feels uncomfortable. But the truth is, when a girl likes you, her feelings are very strong. Her body starts to react before her mind can even stop it. That is why you might see little signs of her being a bit jumpy. She might play with her hair, move her phone around in her hands, or fix her clothes even though they look just fine. These aren't just random things she does. These are things her body does without her thinking about it because she knows you are there. She wants to make sure she looks her best for you. But here is the part that makes it tricky. Even though she is nervous, she will try to act like she is totally relaxed. She doesn't want you to know too soon because that makes her feel a bit too vulnerable. She might look away really fast after you catch her looking, or she might talk in a way that sounds a little bit cold. She is only doing that to cover up the fact that she is actually very happy you are there. If you don't understand this, you might think she is being distant when she is actually feeling very close to you in her heart. Another thing you can look for is her voice. A woman's voice can often tell a secret her words won't say. When she likes you but is trying to be cool, her voice might change a little. It might get a bit softer or a little higher than usual. She doesn't plan this. It just happens because her emotions are bubbling up. If you listen closely, you will hear a tiny difference in how she talks to you compared to how she talks to her other friends. You should also watch how she acts when you are in a big group of people. If you walk into the room and she suddenly sits up a little taller, fixes her hair, or changes the way she is standing, that isn't just luck. That is her being very aware of you. She is nervous, but she wants to make sure she is putting her best foot forward. A lot of guys make a mistake here. They either don't see the signs at all, or they make her feel bad by pointing it out. If you ask her, "Why are you so nervous?" she will probably close up like a flower because you found the secret she was trying to keep. The best thing you can do is stay calm and kind. Let her be a little nervous. It is actually a very nice compliment to you. It means she really cares about what you think of her. Just think about it this way. Women don't get nervous around guys they don't care about. If she is totally calm and doesn't seem to care at all, you might just be another face in the crowd to her. But if she is trying hard to act like she doesn't care while her hands are fidgeting, you have already made a big impression on her heart. So next time you see a girl acting a little different around you, or if her voice sounds a bit shaky, don't think she is pushing you away. That is just her attraction wearing a mask. If you stay steady and calm, you give her the space she needs to show you how she feels when she is ready. Her eyes tell the story her words are hiding. If there is one thing a person can't really hide, it is what their eyes are doing. She might be able to pick her words carefully, or change her tone of voice, or act a certain way, but her eyes will almost always tell the truth. When a woman likes you but is trying to keep it a secret, her eyes reveal the feelings her mouth won't say. Let's talk about eye contact first. Usually, when people look at each other, they look for a few seconds and then look away. But when a woman is interested in you, that look feels a little different. Sometimes she will look at you for a long time, almost like she is trying to connect with you without saying a word. Other times, she might look away very quickly because looking at you makes her feel a bit too shy. Either way, you can feel the shift. If she looks at you and then turns away fast with a tiny smile, that is her heart showing through for a second. Another big sign is when she looks at you when she doesn't really have to. If you are in a room with a bunch of people, watch where she looks when she isn't talking. If she keeps looking around and her eyes always end up back on you, she is attracted to you. She might not say anything, but she is keeping an eye on you. Women look at the men they like, even when they act like they aren't looking at all. Then there is the lingering look. This is when she looks at you just a tiny bit longer than a normal person would. It is a very small thing, but if you see it, you will know it wasn't a mistake. Sometimes she might even look at your mouth while you are talking. That is just her mind showing that she is physically attracted to you, even if she is trying to play it cool. Another sign is how she acts if you catch her staring. If she looks away super fast, acts like she is busy with something else, or suddenly checks her phone, it isn't just a coincidence. She is trying to hide the fact that she was caught looking. A girl who doesn't feel anything for you wouldn't care if you saw her looking. She would just keep looking in a normal way. But a girl who likes you will act a little bit guilty, like you just found out a secret she wasn't ready to share. It is also good to see how her eyes change when you talk to her. Do the black circles in the middle of her eyes get a little bigger? Do her eyes seem to sparkle or light up, even if she is acting like she's just being normal? These are things her body does on its own when she likes someone. If her eyes are smiling at you, even while she is acting cool, believe what her eyes are saying. Guys often miss this because they listen too much to the words. But people are very good at using words to hide how they feel. Eyes, however, are much harder to trick. That is why you should always look for the small details. The truth is, if her words say she is just a friend, but her eyes keep finding yours, she likes you. She might not want you to know just yet, but her eyes have already told the secret. 3. Her body language shows what she is really feeling. A woman's body will usually speak long before her mouth ever does. Even when she is trying her hardest to hide her feelings, her body gives her away because it does things without her even realizing it. If you watch closely, you will see her body telling the truth that her words are trying to hide. One big sign is how she stands or sits when you are around. If she is always turning her body towards you when you are in a group, that is not an accident. We naturally turn toward the people we feel drawn to. On the other side of things, if someone turns away or closes themselves off, it usually means they aren't interested. So, When a woman likes you but is trying to act like it's no big deal, her body will still point your way. Then there is the space factor. Most people like to keep a bit of distance between themselves and others, especially if they don't know the person well or don't like them. But when a girl is attracted to you, she will slowly let that distance get smaller. She might stand a bit closer than she needs to, or she might brush past you lightly, or lean in close when you are talking. These little moments of being close aren't mistakes. They are signs that she feels safe and happy around you. Her hands can tell you a lot, too. Many women will touch their hair, their neck, or fix their clothes when they are around a guy they like. It isn't always because they want to look perfect. A lot of the time, it is just their body letting out a little bit of nervous energy. If she is fidgeting more with you than she is with other people, that is her attraction showing itself. Another small sign is something called mirroring. This is when she starts to do the same things you do without thinking about it. If you cross your legs, she might cross hers. If you take a sip of your drink, she might take a sip of hers. This is her body's way of trying to get in sync with you. It is like her body is saying, I like you, and we are the same. You should also look at how she stands when she is with people she doesn't like. Usually, she will look very relaxed or maybe a bit bored. But when she likes someone, she becomes much more attentive. She might stand up a bit straighter or move in a way that is a bit more feminine. These tiny changes happen all on their own when feelings are involved. Another good sign is how she acts when you get close. If you step a little bit nearer to her and she stays right where she is or even moves a little closer, she likes you. A girl who isn't interested will usually take a small step back to keep her space. Lastly, you can even look at her feet. Believe it or not, feet often point toward what we are interested in. If her feet are pointing at you, even while she is talking to someone else, it means her mind is actually on you. The reality is that women are experts at hiding how they feel with their words, but their bodies find it much harder to lie. If you look at the little things, her body language will tell you what is going on in her heart before she ever says a word. The oops jealousy test. When a woman likes you but isn't ready to say it, one of her favorite ways to see how you feel is by using a little bit of jealousy. She won't come out and say she likes you, but she might create a little situation to see if you care. It is a very subtle thing, but once you know what to look for, you will see it clearly. For example, she might mention another guy while you are talking. She might say how funny he is or that he sent her a funny text. On the outside, it sounds like she is just talking, but on the inside, she is watching you very carefully. She wants to see if your face changes, if you look a bit annoyed, or if you ask her more about him. Your reaction tells her how much you like her. Another thing she might do is be a little bit flirty with someone else while you are watching. Not in a big way, but just enough to see what you do. Maybe she laughs a little too much at another man's joke or touches his arm while they are talking. Women know that this makes men feel a certain way. If she likes you, she wants to see if you will act a little bit protective or if you will try to win her back. She doesn't really want the other guy. She just wants to see how you feel about her. Sometimes these jealousy tests happen in other ways, like on the internet. She might post a picture of herself looking very nice because she knows you will see it. Or she might tell you she is busy hanging out with a friend you don't know. The goal isn't to replace you with someone else. The goal is to make you a little curious and to make you show her that she matters to you. Why do women do this? It is just a part of how people work. Most women want to know that a man has feelings for them without having to ask him directly. If she asks you, "Do you like me?" she might get her feelings hurt if you say no. But if she tests you with a little jealousy, she can find out the answer without taking a big risk. It feels safer for her. Now, here is the important part for you. If you don't handle this the right way, you can lose her interest. If you get really mad or start acting insecure or try to argue with her, it shows that you are easily upset. That can actually make her like you less. On the other hand, if you act like you don't care at all, she might think you really don't like her and she might give up. The best way to handle this is to be right in the middle. When she mentions another guy, Just stay calm and confident. You can say something like, "Oh, he sounds like a nice guy, but I'm much funnier than him." This shows her that you are confident. You aren't worried, but you still think she is special. What women are really looking for is someone who is strong and steady. They want to see if you are okay with yourself and if you care enough to show them they are important. If you can pass this little test by being calm, she will secretly feel much closer to you, even if she keeps acting like she's just a friend. The push and pull game. One of the things that can be the most confusing when a woman likes you is when she plays push and pull. This is when she gives you a lot of attention and acts really sweet, but then suddenly she pulls away and acts cold or busy. For most guys, this feels like a big puzzle that is missing pieces. But the truth is, this is often a very strong sign that she is struggling with her feelings for you. Here is how it usually looks. One day, she is very warm and happy to see you. She is laughing, talking a lot, and maybe even touching your arm. You start to think, wow, she really likes me. Then, the next time you see her, she is very quiet. She gives you short answers and doesn't look you in the eye. Now you are sitting there wondering what you did wrong. The thing is, this isn't random. Women often use this push and pull when they like someone but are scared of feeling too vulnerable. It is a way for her to test how steady you are. If she pulls away and you start to panic or chase after her, she knows she has a lot of power over your feelings. But if you stay calm and just keep being yourself, she sees that you are a strong person who doesn't get upset easily. That makes her like you even more. This push and pull also helps build up a bit of a spark between you. By keeping you guessing a little bit, she makes sure you keep thinking about her. If everything was the same every single day, you might get bored. But when things change a little, it creates a bit of a mystery. And we all know that mystery can be very exciting. Sometimes this happens in texts, too. She might text you a lot one day and then not answer for a long time the next. Or she might make plans and then cancel them, only to be extra sweet to you later. To you, it feels like she can't make up her mind. To her, it is a way to see if you will stay solid no matter how she acts. A lot of guys make the mistake of trying harder when she pulls away. They think if they just show her more love, she will stop being cold. But that usually makes the guy look a bit desperate. The best thing you can do is match her energy but stay confident. If she pulls back, don't get upset. Just keep living your life and doing your own thing. Show her that your happiness doesn't depend only on her mood. What she really wants deep down is a man who can handle her emotions without getting knocked over. If you can stay steady and calm, she will respect you a lot more. And funny enough, she will usually come back to being sweet much faster. So when you see a woman doing this hot and cold thing, don't think she doesn't like you. See it as a sign that she is testing to see if you are the kind of man who can stay strong. If you stay centered, you will come out on top every time. 6. Jealousy that she won't admit. Another little sign that a woman has feelings for you but doesn't want to say it is how she acts when she gets jealous. Most women will never come out and say, "I'm jealous." That would feel like they are giving away a big secret. Instead, they will show it in small, quiet ways that you have to be very careful to notice. Here is what that looks like. Imagine you are talking to another girl, maybe a coworker or just a friend. If the girl who likes you sees this, her whole mood might change. She might get very quiet all of a sudden, or she might start acting like she doesn't care about what you are saying. She is trying to hide the fact that she feels a bit competitive. She doesn't want you to know that it bothers her, but it really does. Sometimes, she might even try to do something to get your attention back. She might talk a little louder, tell a joke, or jump into the middle of the conversation. If she is a bit more daring, she might even tease you about the other girl. She might say something like, "Oh, it looks like you two are having a great time," with a little bit of a sarcastic voice. Underneath that joke, she is feeling a little bit of a sting because she wants your attention all for herself. Another thing she might do is talk about other guys when she sees you with other girls. It is like she is trying to do the same thing back to you. If she sees you talking to someone, she might mention a guy friend or someone she thinks is cute. She isn't really interested in those guys. She just wants to see if you will get jealous too. She wants to know if you care as much as she does. One thing to remember is that we only get jealous when we really care about someone. If she didn't like you at all, she wouldn't care who you talk to. She would just be happy for you or not notice at all. So if you see her mood change whenever another woman is around, it is a huge clue that she has feelings for you, even if she is trying her best to act like she doesn't. A lot of guys mess this up by either trying to make her more jealous on purpose or by asking her, "Are you jealous?" If you ask her that, she will probably say no and get even more distant. The best thing to do is just notice it and be kind. Keep being yourself and don't let her jealousy make you act differently. By staying calm and steady, you show her that you are a secure person, and that will make her like you even more. In the end, jealousy is like a window into her heart. She might not say the words out loud, but the way she acts when other women are around will tell you everything you need to know. The game of mixed signals. One of the biggest signs that a woman likes you but is keeping it hidden is when she gives you mixed signals. This can be really frustrating for guys because it feels like you are going in circles. One day she is super friendly and flirty, and the next day she acts like she barely knows you. This isn't just random behavior. It is usually a way for her to deal with her attraction while still feeling like she is in control of the situation. Why do people give mixed signals? Well, liking someone can be a bit scary. It makes you feel vulnerable. If a woman makes it too obvious that she likes you, she might be worried that you will reject her or that she will lose her power in the relationship. So instead of being the same every day, she gives you a little bit of her heart and then pulls it back. It is her way of checking to see if you will stay strong and keep liking her, or if you will get needy and start chasing her too hard. Mixed signals can look like a lot of things. Maybe she texts you first one day, but then doesn't answer your text the next. Or maybe she laughs at all your jokes when you are together, but then acts very busy when you try to make plans. She might even give you a compliment, but then follow it up with a joke like, "Don't get too excited." On the outside, it is very confusing. But on the inside, it is a way for her to protect herself. She is showing you that she likes you in small amounts, but she stops before it becomes too obvious. The biggest mistake men make is getting upset about it. When she is sweet, they get really happy. When she is cold, they get worried and start asking, "What's wrong?" That kind of reaction actually makes the guy seem less attractive. It shows that he is letting her moods control his happiness. The truth is, if a girl is giving you mixed signals, it almost always means she has feelings for you. If she didn't care about you at all, she wouldn't bother with the mixed signals. She would just be consistently meh about you. Mixed signals show that she is having a little battle inside her head between her feelings and her fears. So, what should you do? The best thing is to stay consistent yourself. When she is warm, enjoy it, but don't get too attached to it. When she is distant, don't let it ruin your day. Just keep being the same confident guy you always are. Let her come back to you when she is ready. When she sees that her mixed signals don't bother you, she will respect you so much more. She will see that you are different from other guys who get all worked up by a little bit of distance. You become the steady, calm force in her life, and that is very attractive. At the end of the day, mixed signals aren't really that mixed. They are just a girl's way of saying she likes you while trying to stay safe. If you can stay calm and see what is really happening, you will realize it is just a sign that she feels something real for you. When it comes to understanding women, the truth is actually quite simple. People don't always say exactly how they feel. Instead, they talk through small actions and quiet signs. The little things, like her watching you when you aren't looking, or fixing her hair when you walk in, or acting a little bit hot and cold, aren't just accidents. They are her way of saying, "I like you, but I'm a little scared to say it." Most guys miss these things because they are waiting for her to be super direct. But that isn't how attraction usually works. Women communicate in layers and subtle clues. The guys who are the best at this aren't the ones with the most money or the best looks. They are the ones who can read the secret language of the heart without getting all worried or chasing too hard. So here's what I want you to remember. Stop looking only at what she says. Start looking at what she does. Watch her body, watch her eyes, and watch how she acts over time. Those things will tell you everything you need to know. And when you see those signs, don't point them out or get desperate. Just stay calm, stay steady, and be the best version of yourself. When you do that, you make it easy for her to eventually show her true heart to you.